am busy, mercenary. Go do what...
Mr. Vulcan, what brings you here?
The captain wants me to help your village. You got a job I can do?
With our shortages of food and fighting men, our worn-out equipment and the growing lines at the healing house, I cannot deny our village is sorely in need of help. Sadly, I fear that these are not the sort of problems you are used to dealing with, unless I'm much mistaken.
Maybe I'll surprise you. So what's the problem with the healing house?
Quite simply, Mirana cannot keep up. She spends every waking minute giving out supplies to the refugees and refuses to admit that she cannot help everyone. She thinks she's fooling me. I have heard rumors that her food stock is running low. Unsurprisingly, the crowds outside are becoming restless. I believe they wish to continue handing out our food reserves as though they were unlimited. This is not the case, and thus, it is not an option.
So, you want someone to put her down?
Why, I never suggested any such thing. I just wish she would see reason, for all our sakes. But I have asked nothing of you. I was merely answering your question.
Your guards... How can I put this? At first, I thought they were disobeying orders. Now I think maybe they don't even understand them. If you're stupid and incompetent, you should be digging turnips, not taking care of security.
You're beginning to worry me. Is it really that bad?
Are you kidding me? The state of their weapons is enough to make you cry. Maybe they'd be good for splitting logs.
Personally, I'm not capable of judging the aptitude of our sentries, but their poor results speak for themselves. Doubtless, you should share your observations with Mason, the chief of the watch. I should warn you, however, that he is of a somewhat stubborn nature.
Wouldn't be the first I've seen. I need the reports about this beast that attacked the villagers.
I fear I am unable to be of help. I'm still not entirely convinced that it even exists. All I know is that several villagers have vanished. One villager is at present in the doctor's care, following a supposed encounter with the said beast. These swamps are crawling with dangers. There is nothing to suggest anything out of the ordinary. The refugees are always inventing horror stories in an attempt to force us to open our gates and let them inside.
It might be worth checking it out. You said you lost one of your patrols, right?
That is so. You should speak with Randval. He was most anxious to go out and hunt the beast down, but we needed him here. Now that we have more able bodies to guard our gates, I imagine he would be keen to pick up the scent once more.
I've got a few questions I'd like...
I imagine there are few who are better placed than...
How come it's you that's running the show here?
What a question. Because... You imagine I'm doing this for my amusement. The chief of the watch has trouble organizing 3 peasants. Our dear apothecary is... And regardless of your reputation, the people of this village would never trust outs... So yes, it is indeed I who command here. The one-time steward...
Well, hell. Glad we got... What can you tell me about the people of Valvenum?
Before the war, there were just a few families here. Hunters and These days, they survive as best they can, husbanding their animals and digging up the puny vegetables. These woods are fruitful, but more perilous than ever before, and most of the...
But you've got your guards.
They hardly qualify as an armed militia. Of the few that remain, most are sturdy Most of the real fighters left the village as soon as war broke out. The others died while out on patrol. Sadly, the man is a walking beer keg, who could not give a dog's...
Who are all those refugees that you're keeping outside the walls?
The war with the Ice Lords has driven many from their homes and villages. Alas, it would seem that I have tried to accommodate as many as we can, and provide as much comfort. We are reaching the end of our reserves, and relations between the refugees...
The refugees can't all be dead weight. Some of them have got to be useful.
Oh, if only. Believe me, I would be the first to welcome. These peasants have been fleeing from town to town, and from the best and strongest of them perished in battles somewhere along the way. I must deal with the leftovers. I put the biggest of them in the watch, but
The healing house. It's a pretty good thing for your village, huh?
if you say so. As time has gone by, the healing house has drawn refugees to the swamps in ever greater numbers, and dissuaded some malingerers from returning to their families. When it opened its doors a year ago, the sense of relief was palpable. It was run by a couple, an elf doctor and his apothecary wife, who clearly were no strangers to the healing arts. Thanks to them, we were spared. But as the war dragged on, the endless tide of refugees continued. 6 months ago, our worst nightmares were fulfilled. Our elf doctor fell ill and died. The refugees just keep on coming. And I fear that,
I need a blacksmith. Do you have one here?
with none more qualified, I ask. I suppose I should warn you, he's quite a tricky character. Before the war, he was a sort of artist. He crafted jewelry and sculptures from metal. But he's the only one here who had even the vague...
We'll talk again.
The Order of the Freeborn Blades is of great repute, and the mercenary does honor to its name. The mercenary's powers are both astonishing and fascinating. The knight would like to duel with the mercenary, that he may judge the mercenary's strength.
Sure, I can never turn down a good fight. But maybe we should take it outside if we don't want to break everything in here.
The knight is honored, and bows to his adversary's wisdom.
Wait for me here, Sybil. I won't be long.
Knight hopes that his adversary will not hold back his blows.
Oh, you can count on it.
Has never before battled an adversary with such power, and he believes that he could be that which is needed to change the course of this war.
You fight pretty good yourself. Where did you learn your moves? Can't believe you learned to fight like that in this backwater.
The knight has traveled far and fought many battles. He has only lived in his village for a short time.
What are you doing in the middle of these swamps when you can be making a difference on the battlefield?
The knight has fought a great many battles, but he feels he can be more useful protecting those who have nothing left.
I have to go. I'm glad we could test each other's mettle. It was fun.
Before his adversary rushes off to fight other battles, the knight has a question for him. He wishes to know if the Freeborn Blades would like him to join them.
I'm not the one who decides who joins the company, but I can ask the captain for you.
He has thought long on it and wishes it would be so.
Well, that's great. I'll ask him, but I can't promise you anything.
So, you have returned. What is your desire?
The steward said there was a beast attacking the villagers.
This is what one hears, yes. Something. The saddest part is that it's often the guards who end up lost, along with their equipment.
Show me what you...
Do I have to spill it out, or should I just put my boot in your arse? Clear off!
Would you just shut your stupid mouth for 2 seconds, please? The steward sent me here to help you.
Oh, that's all I need. Don't he think I got enough on my plate? Now he sends me some ore blade from God's nowhere. Hey, as long as it ain't me is paying for you, hey? You want to help? Knock yourself out. I warn you, there's plenty to do.
Get to the point before I set your breath on fire.
All right, take it easy. No need to get nasty, eh? You want to help? Yes or no?
Keep talking.
Well, for a start, you could try and find one of my patrols that's gone missing. At first, I thought maybe one of those half-wits was sleeping it off under a tree somewhere. But it's been a while now. Maybe something bad happened to him in the swamp.
I guess I could go back and check.
What a coincidence. That's exactly what I was gonna ask you. After that, well, I suppose a pro like you, I guess you would be useful helping out the sentries. It won't be luxury. I don't know if you've seen what we're supposed to fight with, but, wow, if you can have a word with your quartermaster to see what he can do for my lads, you have my blessing.
The benediction of a drunk. Better and better.
It's what all us fucking mercenaries dream of. All right, I'll see what I can do.
Right, we may be living in the arsehole of Virtue, but being armed like a bunch of tramps, we can do without. And while you're at it, when you've been to the forge, you'll probably feel like letting off steam a bit. Why don't you go and take it out on my lads?
What do you mean?
Kick their arses so they can't sit down and get drunk instead of patrolling. And show them a couple of tricks while you're at it. A bit of training. Couldn't do no harm.
Your men can't afford to keep their thumbs in their asses. It's time to teach them how to use those weapons.
Knock yourself out, Pavelead. I'll go and shake 'em awake. Done better. I reckon the lesson is gonna leave a few marks this time. Have you got time to go again, while they're still warmed up?
Why not? Let's go.
So, they are making progress. If you whack them enough times, they remember how to defend themselves. Are you up for giving them one last lesson?
One last lesson.
Nice job. Of course, they'll hate you for a while, but what they learned here today will save their lives one day.
My pleasure. I like this way of saving lives.
The knight heard talk of a troubling event that happened during the meeting between the mercenary and the steward.
Yeah, the short version is that I have a demon living inside of me.
A demon? The knight has never heard of such a creature.
I don't think there's anything you can do to help, but I have to get this thing out of me. I just can't risk keeping it.
The knight does not possess the requisite knowledge for this, but he will be honored to help search for it.
The scribes are working on it.
The knight does not completely trust these scribes.
I have a few... You mentioned the Order of the Ember Knights. What is that?
It is the order that the knight belongs to. They are the surviving warriors and honored soldiers of other...
Oh, so it's kind of the Order of the Orphan Knights.
This name does not sound well to his ears.
Right. So you haven't always been...
No. He was first a defender of the Algander Islands. Then he was a Templar of the Order of Virgins, and then a Brother of the Rock.
So all of those orders have been lost.
He has lost many valorous companions in battle, and his heart is heavy.
I'll bet. So what is the creed of the Emperor?
The knight has long searched for the answer. Now he knows it. To seek a glory...
That's kind of... depressing. If you follow me, we should be able to find a chance for you to get your beautiful death. Just try not to commit suicide at the first available opportunity.
The knight will wait for this moment.
You're not from around here.
The knight was born in the Algander Islands. It is a proud and savage place where they struggled against the wind. The Ice Lords attacked the islands more than 15 years ago. Long before the rest of Vertial knew that the world was now... The clans were always fighting, but they fought together as brothers when he... And as a defender of Algander, the knight had the honor to be one of the first. Some of the clan chiefs wanted to make peace with the Ice Lords, but the Ice Lords betrayed. Their numbers were sorely missed during the following battles, and in a few short months, the knight was sent by the surviving clan chiefs to the mainland to find... But time is a cruel master. When he returned to his home...
So how did you end up in the village of Valvanor?
When he saw that all his kin were slain, the knight was hungry. But in every battle, he lost more of his brothers in arms, and faced an enemy that... The orders were always hazardous, with betrayals common, and errors never. Faced with these eternal difficulties and death, always more death, he decided instead to take care of the war's victims, to protect them. Even though he knew it is a final mission without any other hope, but to give comfort and relief to
What do you think of the Red Scrum?
Their studies have made them blind. Only today they have the ear of the last surviving warriors. They do not deserve this honor, and their words are hollow.
So what did you abandon when you entered in?
The knight has already said it.
Fair enough. I won't ask you anymore. Let's change this. I haven't had time. I'm going. Ranville.
The knight is...
Sybil.
Yes?
See you later.
Haven't you anything better to do than bother me?
Hang on a sec. The steward himself sent me here to give you a hand.
Wonderful. I've been after him for months to get me some help, and he sends me an armed ape. You practice medicine, I presume? Your tools seem rather barbaric.
The tools are fine. That's not to say I don't get a little barbaric sometimes.
Only sometimes.
Believe me, I've already used them to do a little surgery on a few evil tongues, and nobody ever complained once.
The tongue of a freeborn blade, in any case, is just as sharp as any dagger.
So be it. If you're as gifted as that, I guess I have nothing to lose. In fact, there is something that you could doubtless do for me. I'm worried about my assistant Haman. I haven't seen him for a while now, and I fear he might have gone into the swamps to look for the plants I need. We're forced to venture further and further in to find the plants we need. With all that's been going on lately, I forbade him from going back out alone, but the boy is nothing if not stubborn.
Stubborn? Yeah, I hate people like that.
Please find him. He's a good boy. He's done nothing but help others since he arrived. Without him, the House of Healing would be a house of death.
If I'm gonna be slogging through the swamps anyway, might as well take a look around and try to bring back the plants you need too, right? You got any drawings or descriptions?
Yes, that's a good idea. I would be grateful to you. But above all, try to bring back my assistant Haman in one piece. He is your priority. For the rest, basically, I need food, medicinal herbs, and of course, I wouldn't say no to a few pre-prepared potions. All of our stock seems to disappear so quickly. I'll give you the parchment that I made for Haman to help you recognize the specimens I need. He knows them by heart now, after so many trips.
Right. Plants, potions, chow, and one assistant. If I come across any elven tea, would you like a cup of that too?
That would be lovely.
Let's talk about your healing house. Have you heard any rumors about a beast wandering around in the marshes?
They are not rumors. There is something in these marshes, and I have a patient in a coma that confirms it.
Something? What does that mean? Where can I find it?
I don't know exactly what it is. The wounds don't resemble anything seen around here before. What you seek is large, powerful, and obviously has enormous claws at its disposal. The wounded man was found west of the swamps, crawling towards the village. If you really wish to fall upon that beast, that would be a good place to start. But bear in mind the possibility that it may be the beast which falls upon you.
I'll take my leave. See you later.
Gods, these people are amateurs. This village is about as secure as your granny's underwear. Not a single watchman at his post. It's worse than I'd imagined.
I'll deal with this, Captain.
Good. I'm counting on you. Remember, if you screw this up, we'll all be joining the ranks of the Dead Walker army as soon as their scouts find this place.
You wanted the Freeborn Blades to help the villagers. Is that still happening?
As long as we have to stay here.
The villagers told me about a beast.
Hawk talked to me about that a while ago. He said he'd found some suspicious loot.
I'll go and follow the tracks.
No idea. I sent him off to scout that part of the swamp. But...
Captain, this is Ranval. He talks funny, but he can kick ass.
So, it's Ranval, is it?
That is the knight's name. How can he prove his valor to you?
Alrighty then. I'm glad you warned me that he talks a bit funny. Right then, laddie. All you have to do is fight a duel with me. And do your best.
It will be an honor to fight with a man who they say has never been beaten.
If you think you can flatter me into letting you off lightly, forget about it. Like I said, do your best.
The knight hopes that he will be the first to vanquish him. He will not hold back his blows.
That's more like it. Let's see what you've got, laddie. Not bad. Not bad at all. Welcome to the Freeborn Blades, my boy. We were starting to be seriously short of fighters worthy of the name, and you fight like a man. Well, you're a ways off from beating me. Vulcan, he's your recruit. You can take care of him. Go on, away with you.
Welcome to the Freeborn Blades, friend. Don't take it so hard. The entry fight is a humiliation we all had to go through. Me included.
The captain deserves his post and his reputation. He is an exceptional warrior. The knight will be proud to serve under his orders. After such a combat, the knight will need to rest for a moment. He asks that his friend, and now brother, come to find him when he has need.
Okay. See you later.
Vulcan, I do love our little chats.
Captain, do you really think we should be trusting these red scrub?
Vulcan, I'm not going to try and make this pretty. These are tough times. Thanks to this cursed war. I get it, that after what happened in the temple, you'd like to send them all packing. But we are mercenaries after all is said and done. We're not a charity. We're only as good as our clients. And you know, even if they did screw things up back there, they were right to try and find some way to beat the Ice Lords. What's the alternative? Lie down and wait to freeze?
Thanks to them, we all nearly bought it back at the temple. I'm not even convinced it was an accident.
You have a point. And since we don't want to finish up as a pile of bodies under a snowdrift.
Do you think the company...
Of course. The Blades have always come through. They've existed for more than 2 centuries. But to tell you the truth, we're not looking too fresh. And as for new recruits, it's been what? A year almost.
Most of us were recruited when the war began. and there aren't many of us left. The only available...
If we're gonna hold this village, we're going to have to do it using the locals. As soon as we've recovered a bit, we'll break camp and head for Carlsbad. With a bit of luck, we'll come up with something better than...
Why did we fall back to this?
The Red Scribes knew of this place and said that we'd be safe here. And apart from a few repulsive beasties creeping around outside the walls. So we'll heal our wounded, try and learn what's happening to you, and then get the hell out of here.
I'm leaving.